That man with the shag back. And guess who he hitting with? Y'all already know. Yordenis Ugas. We got WBC, WBA, IBF, Unified Welterweight Championship of the World. But first, before we get into this fight film, new students, go ahead and subscribe. Old students, hit that like button. This is OTB, Outside the Box Boxing Class, where we make casual fans diehard fans. Diehard fans, we love knowing where the punch is coming from. So I know y'all tuned and locked in, but let's get to it, man. We got Errol Spence, 27-0, 59, 5'9", 5'9" and a half, 72-inch arm reach. That's a 3-inch advantage. Same height over Yordenis Ugas. But let's get into this fight film, man, so we know what we gonna be looking at here. I'm excited about this, man. I started off with the Shakur Stevenson film, man, because I wanted to see him against a southpaw, against somebody with a high boxing IQ. But we gonna look at Yordenis Ugas. As you look at his weight transition, man, he kind of sell out right there. So Shakur Stevenson knock him off his front foot because he know he gonna want to transfer that weight. Now Yordenis just want to stay busy while he on the line. And Shakur gonna tap that little right hand so I can know that you on the line. See where your head movement at. Now Yordenis Ugas gonna go up and down. You won't see him go left and right. And Shakur gonna take advantage of that. And if he is, then we know EJ will. And I think that that's really gonna be a big detriment to him. Look at him hold him and shoot the body shot. That's just an old veteran move right there. And then he gonna line him up because he got his feet on the outside. And when southpaws get their feet on the outside, then you best believe that left hand is gonna land. And that's gonna be something that Errol Spence really look to do. Now, when he inside, Shakur gonna shorten off his punches, which is something that Errol do great. And look at him shoot them too, but he don't look to extend or sell out on the two, because he want to maintain his defensive purpose. And that's really something that Errol Spence does beyond great. He always maintains a defensive purpose, which is why you really don't see him get hit hard. You see him get hit, but you don't see him get hit hard and often because of that defensive purpose and how fast he answers back. But we going to get into that later on when we look at the Errol Spence film. But Yordenis Ugas, he will take those shots. This is somebody who tried 6 times to get over here, man. So he's mentally and physically tough. He's a tough man. But look at him get down to Shakur's height as he eats them 3. And at times that's to his detriment, and at times that's to his benefit, because it really allows him to see punches coming. And you seen Sebastian Fundora lean down with Erickson Lubin a lot in that fight this weekend. Shots out to Erickson Lubin. But as Shakur again gets the outside foot, gets his foot outside, he shoots the up and then doubles up with the jab before finishing off with the 3 and getting out of there. And Yordenis Ugas would take those 2 to land that wide right hand. And that's going to be something big that I really look forward to see how Yordenis Ugas deal with that. Because he don't really have an active jab, as you can see, and he don't really have a high work rate. Versus Errol Spence, he throws punches like in cadences. Look at Shakur laying that 4. Because you going to continue to give me the outside foot. And you're not going to return on fire because you just want to sell out. And you're going to wait on your one big punch. Now, as you guys can show you, he is smart. He fought in the Pan American games. He beat Terrence Crawford in those games, might I add. So he just knocks him off of his left foot. But as he does, Shakur just going to keep him off of his front foot. This was grade A sparring. I usually don't tend to use sparring film because sparring film ain't something that you can really gauge off of, because you're only seeing what they allow for you to see and what they want you to see. And whoever is wanting you to see it, they want you to see it for a reason. But Shakur gonna land that right hand. And I think that that's gonna be the punch that Yordenis Ugas gonna have a problem dealing with. Because when he does get, as you can see, that wide right hand he just throws, but when he does get his foot outside, he looks to shoot to the body. And once Errol Spence knows that, he'll shorten off his punches, which he did against Sean Porter, and we gonna look at too. He won't look to sell out and really transition all of his weight towards that punch, and he'll punch with his hips and just strike him like that punch was right there with Shakur. Now, see, look at Yordenis, Ugas. He times it on the second time, and he loads up for that big right hand. And that's what he wants to do. He will take those twos and threes, which means he'll take those few points because he knows that he's gonna score on bigger punches. And that's why I say body punches is really what's going to set up both of these punchers' biggest punches. But let's get into him against Jamal James, and we're going to look at 3 rounds in. He's landed 49 punches, which is 10 more. He's thrown 129, which means that he has somewhat of a high work rate. But look at him right here as he just eats those little body shots to shoot his body shots. He's going to be tight. So he's going to be tight. And look at him laying that body shot. Get him on the line, but look at him sell out. And look at Jamal James jump on that ass. And he really makes him pay for that, as I think Errol Spence was. But you talking about a physically and mentally tough man. So I really don't think that you're going to break his will in that ring. I don't think we'll see that. But now he just pushes Jamal James on his back foot. And in this fight, I feel like you guys really proved to me that he'll make adjustments. And the adjustment he made in this fight was he started to counter Jamal James, which is what I really think is going to be big in the Errol Spence fight, as well as we going to look at Errol Spence on some of his counters. And we look at how these fighters deal with pressure. I didn't use any Manny Pacquiao film because he was a lot bigger than Pacquiao, and he was able to really maintain the pace of the fight. But look at that jab, and that jab is not something that's active of his. He's not a very high active jab. It's a distance filler. But look at that body shot as Jamal James turns him with the body shot. But he don't set up his shots. And when he didn't set up that shot, look at what Yordenis Ugas do. Oh, that's what you want to do on your front foot? Now watch this. Bang, because I know you're not moving. You don't have any head movement east or west, which Errol Spence really don't either. You don't see him slip punches. You'll see him roll with punches, but you don't see Errol Spence slip punches. He ain't out there parrying or slipping punches. He catches punches, and he catches them because he maintains a defensive purpose at all times, no matter whether he's on the offense or defense. And that's really impressive as we see you guys eat that jab, because he eats jabs a lot, and he'll eat that uppercut. He'll eat all of those punches because he'll try and close the distance on Errol Spence power so he don't end up on the end of those punches, which is smart. And that's the adjustment he made in this fight, as well as what other fight was it he fought? The Brian Perella fight, whom we just seen fight and have a draw on the Erickson Lubin card. But all in all, man, I think it's gonna be good. But you seen eat another jab, and as they put the work rate back up there, look, he's landed 31 punches that round, and that's going to be big. I think that he can really maintain. You're not outworking him. But look at that. Look at the counter and then the overhand to set up the right. But he don't really have a good balance. And when he sails out, he really sails out. But when he can't hit you, you guys is going to hit you. And we know that Errol Spence is going to be there to get hit. So, I really think that that's going to be the difference. Is Errol Spence going to throw his punches in threes and fours, starting off with ones and twos, versus you guys starting off throwing one punch at a time, and his supreme purpose is going to be to the body, and that's going to allow him to get jabbed a lot. Look at how he leans in right there. Jamal James just don't shoot that left hook, but he's wide open for a left hook, and we know Errol Spence love to shoot that right hook. That'll be a right hook because Errol Spence is a southpaw. But now let's look at him against Shawn Porter, because Shawn Porter was both of these fighters' common opponent. And I like to find I love when you can find a common opponent, because you can look at the style. But look at Ugas as he gets turned right here and eats that right hand. And we know Errol Spence has a lot better feet than Shawn Porter. So I look for Errol Spence to really sit on that shot as he starts to turn him and dictate where he sits down at. And when he does sits down, look at Ugas with no head movement. He's forced to eat that jab to land his left hand. And that's going to be the difference. is you just like you got a fighter who one like the trade punches, but now we gonna look at Errol and look at what he shouldn't do. And this is the moment that you guys decided he wanted to fight Errol and he was gonna have some success. As we see Errol, he'll circle back, get back on the line. Pretty boxing. Shine gonna get on that stick. Shine gonna get on that stick. But look at him eat that jab, eat that right hand. And then look at Shine able to clinch and land more right hands, which is something that Ugas gonna do. Shine gonna also land that left hand and turn him. And that's going to be something that Ugas doesn't do. He don't have that type of footwork. But look at that counter shot by Errol Spence. And I told you counters is going to be big because Errol has an active jab. And Ugas is going to want to close the space. Now, he don't have a lot of head movement, which means that when he closes space, he'll be there to get jabbed. And Errol will time his transition. But look at Errol sit down, boom, and land another one. But look at him shorten off that one and not sell out. Versus if he sells out on that punch, he has a chance to possibly put Shawn Porter out of the ropes. And then look at that body shot. Look at that body shot, as Ugas' body shots are mainly to the midsection, and look at how tight EJ is. But now we're going to look at him get flat-footed and lose that front foot space early in the fight before he shortens off his punches. Look at Shine fainting. Oh, you going to give me the outside foot? Oh, you gonna give me the outside foot? Oh, you gonna give it to me? Come here then. Come here then. Bang. Come here then. And turned him. And turned him. Come here then. Come here then. Now you guys won't have the ring IQ or the feet work to do so. But he'll have the punch volume, which is another thing that now look at Errol get on that stick. Now look at that stick. Now when he get that stick moving, bang. Look at what it set up. That back foot counter. People say, I never seen Errol fight off the back foot. Bullshit. Errol got some of the best feet in boxing. Look at that jab. And then look at him turn. Ooh, look at that body shot. Look at that now. He loses balance. But don't get it twisted, man. Hey, this is about to be a hell of a fight, man. The kid can fight. I love what I see. Look at this body shot. That's going to be big for because this is later on in the fight once you have to deal with that pressure. Look at him skip the Malu on. Come on over here. Come on over here. But look at Shine, because Shine, he really set him up in the trap right here. Boom. Boom. And Errol had a counter for that. That back foot counter. That back foot straight left hand is going to be the punch that you watch for in this fight. As you guys really start pressing from dealing with that jab. You know what I mean? But look at that. Look at that. Land that. Get down. Get off the phone. Get off the line. Get out there. Get out of there. Now we going to sit down where I want to sit down at. But a lot of times he gets flat-footed. He gets flat-footed and with no head movement. You know what I mean? This is the punch that you guys really got to stay away from. And as long as I feel like he stays away from that straight left hand, which he won't, but this is the punch that he gonna look to land, and we gonna see this punch landed, because look at Errol Spence, as he does sell out at times, and he does sell out, but he sell out to the body just as you guys, and you guys sell out to the head. So we definitely gonna see Errol Spence get hit this night. I feel like Ugas is gonna gain our respect. He will make us really put some respect on his name in this fight. He gonna fight Errol Spence all 12 rounds. He gonna deal with all the pressure, but he will lose this fight because Errol Spence is the better boxer, and Errol Spence has a jab. And when you have a jab, I'm telling you, man, remember at OTB boxing class, man, if you don't have a jab, then you have to be able to slip or roll to close the distance. But that's my assessment of this fight. I enjoy breaking it down with y'all. Y'all stay tuned, man. I got some fight news I'm about to break in the next 2 hours, probably once we wrap up the shows, man. So I probably dropped that video tonight concerning two-time Olympian Rashid Warren, Cincinnati, Ohio's own Ohio Stand Up. We got Prince Albert Bell fighting on Fight Club this weekend. Definitely show out Albert Bell. Big fans of Prince. So We got a lot of news, man. Then you know we got Tyson Fury, Dylan White film coming. We got Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. Also on that card, man, we gonna have Alex Ochoa. He gonna be facing Brandon Lee. It's a good week in boxing, man. We got Alicia Bumgarner, Ohio's own. She gonna be fighting this weekend. And as she get ready to build up the Michaela Mayer fight, shout outs to Champ Side, great interview. Shout outs to you for reaching out, man. Shout outs to everybody who's important, all the students that's important, all the teachers that's important at OTB boxing class 1-on-1. Man, y'all get to them films, get to them networks, man. We working. Class is dismissed on Errol, Spence, Yordenis, Ugas. We out.